Hello guys, this is Phantom Playthroughs, and this is going to be my next playthrough, Dark Souls. Now, Dark Souls is a different type of game from most games. It is designed to frustrate you, to make you rage. Now, you would wonder why someone would even play a game like this. Well, because if you can get over the difficulty, I guess, the game is really great. I've played through it, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but thousands of times. I just absolutely love this game, and I wanted to do a playthrough of it. And someone asked me in the comments that if I could make a walkthrough, but I'm not really gonna do a walkthrough. I'm just gonna do this at my own pace, my own way, I guess I should say. I am going to just play through, and I will explain some stuff along the way. I will explain how to beat some bosses and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited, but at the same time I'm scared out of my mind because I know I'm gonna die. And I don't know if you guys would like that or not, but bad for me because I have to edit. But either way, I don't care. Let's get this started. We're gonna start a new game here. Enter character name. What should they be called? Doesn't really matter. Let's call him yeah, this is a stupid name, but you know, it doesn't really matter. Male class, we're gonna play as a wanderer. Choose master key. I can unlock some doors. Large upper body, a face. Doesn't really matter. Okay, maybe it does. Whatever. You're gonna be wearing a helmet for most of the game either way, so. So that's it for the character selection. As you saw, there was plenty of classes and stuff you can choose from. If you play through this game, when you try to select your class, it, gives you a description, basically, of what it is, and what its playstyle is. Alright, let's get this started.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. Seath, the Scaleless, betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Alright. Northern Undead Asylum. The tutorial of the game. Alright, I'll try to explain some things. The red bar is your health. The green bar is your stamina. So look at this. If I'm like running, it goes down. If I roll, it goes down. If I attack, it goes down. You basically get the idea. If you do most things that involve things other than just walking or picking up stuff, then it uses up stamina. This blue item right here means that there's an item that I can pick up, so let's pillage this corpse. Dungeon cell key. What does that unlock? Well, this. We got out of our cell. These little messages on the floor are little tutorials for you. But not only that, later on in the game, if you're playing in online mode, you can you can buy this thing which lets you leave messages down on the ground that look like these. Sorry, I just feel like killing these guys for my souls. Souls is basically your currency in the game and your experience at the same time. You level up using them, and you also buy things using them. So you have to use your souls wisely in this game. Because if you just level up your character stats, that's good. Because, you'll find some weapons later on in the game that end up being pretty good. But, again, you need souls to buy things. So, you gotta use them wisely. And why I just lit is called a bonfire. Bonfires are your checkpoints in the game. If you die, this is where you'll end up. You'll lose all your souls and all of your humanity. Humanity is an item in the game. If you look at my number on the top left, it says 00. But later on you get these items called humanities. And I'll explain more of that once I get one. And let's get away because this guy will murder us. Oh. Jeez. That guy's pretty angry. I didn't even do anything to him. He's being mean. Alright, so we just rested at another bonfire. That's another checkpoint. This guy's shooting arrows at us, so look out. This is where you'll get your first shield in the game. Depending on what class you get, which class you pick, you know what I mean. Freaking, like, it gives you different weapons or shields depending on the class that you pick at the very beginning. Throughout the world, you'll find weapons and items scavenge around. Jeez, can't talk again. So I'm gonna kill this guy because he thought he was cool for shooting arrows at me. Traverse the white light. This basically leads to the second part of the area, and if you see a bigger door than this, and it's, you know, the fog, that usually means you're walking into a boss room. So now we're in the second area. If you walk up these stairs, be careful because a ball rolls down, so just roll out of the way. That destroys the wall from behind you. But first I'm going to open up this little gate door thing. Because that's basically a shortcut back to that bonfire. And where does this lead? Hey, it's that knight we saw earlier. Let's talk to him.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Hmm? Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I were both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Let's listen to him.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
Alright, so what he just gave us is an Estus flask. Estus flask is basically your health items, one of the health items in your game. But this health item, you can restore infinite times. How you restore it is you gotta rest at a bonfire. Right now I have 5, that's the max I can get as of right now. I'll explain more once I get humanity. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about bonfires. When you rest at one, it respawns all of the common enemies. There's some special enemies that won't respawn, the bosses won't respawn if you rest at a bonfire. Ow, ow. Leave me alone. Jeez. Like, why don't you guys just fight each other, okay? You're just so desperate to kill something. Fight each other, not me. Now, this is an upgrade of enemy. This guy can kill you pretty fast if you're not careful, so let's be careful here. What I did right there is I parried and riposte. To parry, you press LT. That lets you do that. Basically, that just like throws their attack off and it stuns them. And then you just plain attack them like that and you'll just stab them right in the chest. Or you'll do something else depending on what current weapon you're holding in your hand. And that basically leads to a critical attack. And you'll see a bloodstain right here. That means that someone just died. If you're in online mode. If you click it, you can basically watch what players did. And then they die. You only see their ghost though. Alright, so you'll see this is the second fog door. That means that we're going into a boss. And who are we fighting? Well, let's see. This guy. Just did a drop attack on him. Critical. This is probably an attack you have to worry less about, and for some reason I still got hit, but... Ooh. Ah! No! I can't die in the tutorial boss. Jeez. As you can see, I made it look harder than it was supposed to be. But it wasn't too bad. Alright, see that item I just picked up? That boss gave me a humanity. Humanity is a big item in this game. It's an item that you can use. When you use it, it fully restores your HP. It adds 1 to your counter on the top left. Now, when you have at least 1, you can go to a bonfire and reverse hollowing. When you reverse hollowing, you become your human form again. Because right now we're undead. We're sane, but we're in an undead body, basically. So, when you're human, you get quite a bit of positive effects, but at the same time, you don't get... I mean, at the same time, you get some negative effects. Positive is your curse resistance goes up. You can summon other players to help you through areas if the boss hasn't been defeated yet. You can also... Well, oh yeah, you can kindle a bonfire up to 20 Estus flasks, but as of right now, we can only kindle a bonfire to 10, because we don't have the right of kindling, which we will get later on in the game. Now the negative effects. Sorry, I'm just running around because I'm trying to explain this stuff before I end the video, and there's a cutscene up here, so. The negative effects is you can get invaded. Now by that, I mean like literally other people that are in the game. like, that are playing this game right now, if you're online, they can invade your world basically whenever they want. That is, if you don't have the boss defeated. Now, when they invade, they're basically just another enemy in the world that you have to fight, except they're way more dangerous than most enemies because, you know, it's another human player. Can do all this, can do magic, they roll, all that good stuff. And if you die from them, they get some of your souls, and you lose your humanity. But when you die, you leave a bloodstain where you died, so you can go back and pick your souls back up. But if you die before you get your souls, then those souls are forever gone. But yeah, when you die, you'll become like this again. You'll be hollow, undead. Now, even if you don't have online mode, you'll still get invaded by some NPC invaders, which we will see later on. I'll tell you if they're an NPC invader or not. I think that's it. Anyway, let's just continue on. And there's a cutscene right up here, so I'll be quiet for it.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Alright, we're in a new type of place. We're in Lordran. A whole new world. Basically, where we're in right now is said Firelink Shrine. This is basically your home base. The place where you're most safe, I'd say. You can't get invaded in here. There's no enemies in here unless you attract an enemy from, like, I don't know if you can see them in the distance, but there's some enemies over there. If I walk on over there and let them follow me, then this place, of course, obviously won't be safe. So, I guess that's it for part 1. I guess I will see you guys in the next part. Bye-bye.